The alien colony had a rhythm of its own, strange skies, glowing vines crawling up the walls of every home, an air that always smelled faintly of minerals and ozone. I had grown used to it over the years, spending more time at my best friend Kalen's home than my own. His family treated me with surprising warmth, except for one person, his youngest sister, Sarai. She was beautiful in a way that almost hurt to look at, with pale blue skin that shimmered like moonlight and eyes flecked with gold. But her beauty wasn't what left me uneasy. It was the way she always teased me, tossed barbed remarks my way, or, just as easily, pretended I didn't exist. She lived to keep me on edge, and I never knew why. That night was supposed to be like any other. Kalen had gathered a few close friends after the long day of training, and the air was relaxed, laughter, food, the flicker of biolamps casting warmth across the room. I had leaned back against the couch, half lost in the hum of conversation, when Sarai suddenly broke every rule of distance she had ever kept. Without a word, she crossed the room and sat down, directly in my lap. My body went rigid, my drink almost spilling from my hand. Every pair of eyes turned toward us, Kalen included, but she acted as though nothing unusual had happened. She just tilted her head back, her silken hair brushing against my jaw, and exhaled softly as if this was the most natural place in the world to be. My chest tightened, my throat dry. I didn't dare move, didn't dare push her away. My best friend's sister, of all people. Awkwardness burned through me while my heart hammered like a drum I couldn't control. When the gathering wound down, the others drifted away, leaving just the three of us. Kalen excused himself to handle something outside, and the room fell into a silence that weighed heavier than before. I finally whispered, "What was that? Why did you?" She turned to me, her golden eyes luminous in the dim light, and said in a low, steady voice, "You don't understand, human. In our culture, sitting like this, it isn't play. It's ritual. A bond we don't offer lightly. It means I trust you, more than I should." My breath caught. A ritual? My mind reeled. This wasn't some casual tease. This wasn't a joke to get under my skin. This meant something real, something dangerous. My thoughts collided against each other, guilt because this was Kalen's sister, fear of what it might mean, but beneath it all, a wild pulse of excitement I couldn't ignore. My chest rose and fell too quickly. I swallowed hard. "Sarai, why me?" Her lips curved in the faintest of smiles, but her eyes shone with something rawer than I'd ever seen from her. "Because you are not like the others. You treat people, me, with a respect that isn't born from obligation or pride. You see me." Her words hit harder than I expected. For so long she had kept me at a distance, teasing, ignoring, pushing. And now, here she was, trembling just enough for me to notice, admitting something no one else was supposed to hear. I wanted to pull away, to untangle myself from the conflict clawing at my chest, but I couldn't. I sat frozen, her warmth pressing against me, her heartbeat faint but steady through the strange fabric of her clothes. The guilt gnawed at me. Kalen had trusted me with his family, his home, and here I was, caught in a moment that crossed every boundary of friendship. But Sarai's hand found mine, her cool fingers wrapping around it, holding too tightly for it to be casual. "I know what you're thinking," she whispered. "That you'll betray him if you answer what your heart wants. But I won't lie anymore. You are different. You are the human who unsettled me, who made me feel something I never thought I'd feel for anyone." My chest constricted. Her honesty, her boldness, it shattered the playful, mocking image I had built of her. This was raw. This was real. And I didn't know how to hold it. The room seemed to shrink around us, silence expanding like a tide. Her confession burned into me, and I couldn't hide from it. I closed my eyes, torn between two impossible paths. On one side, loyalty, to Kalen, to the bond of brothers we had built. On the other, this fragile, trembling truth sitting in my lap, asking me to see her not as my friend's sister, but as someone whose heart was reaching for mine. "Sarai," my voice cracked, my words caught somewhere between denial and surrender. Her gaze softened, lips parting as if to say more, but I stopped her with just a look. The conflict in me was too sharp, too deep. In another world, I might have leaned forward, let my heart win, and sealed everything with a kiss. But in that moment, my humanity, my stubborn loyalty, held me back. I gently moved her hand from mine, brushing my thumb across her knuckles before letting go. "You don't know what you're asking of me. Kalen is my brother in every way that matters." I can't. The words nearly tore me apart as I spoke them. Her shoulders stiffened, her breath catching as if I'd struck her. For a long moment, silence was all we shared. Then, Softly, with a quiver in her voice, she said, "And that is why humans are different. You break your own hats just to protect the ones you love." She leaned forward, pressed her forehead against mine for the briefest of moments, and then stood, her figure retreating into the dim light of the corridor. But sometimes hope finds its way even through tragedy. Later that night, Kalen returned, his eyes sharp, his steps hesitant. I thought he knew, thought the guilt bleeding from me would betray everything. Instead, he only sighed, his gaze distant. "I always knew Sarai would find someone beyond our world," he murmured, almost to himself. "If it's you, maybe that's not so wrong." My heart stilled at his words. He didn't condemn me. He didn't accuse me. He gave me space, a space where choice could exist without betrayal. As the night wore on, I lay awake, Sarai's trembling words echoing in my mind, her warmth still lingering where she had rested against me. Whether or not I had done the right thing, I didn't know. But I knew this: humans weren't blind to fear. We carried it every day. The fear of losing, of breaking trust, of loving where we shouldn't. And maybe, just maybe, it was that very fear that made us worth holding through the night.